Give it up for the CSL Dallas band. Aren't they amazing? And welcome to CSL Dallas, a spiritual community located in the heart of Dallas, Texas. We are grateful that you are here with us in community on our campus and online around the world. We invite you to go deeper into spirituality, to learn universal principles and apply them into your life within our spiritual laboratory. And today we are learning all about confidence coming from trust with Dr. Petra Weldis. So let's get ready for an amazing celebration full of music, message, and authentic community connection. So if you're willing and able to stand, let's welcome our CSL Dallas music team.
Joy, that peace lives. And as it washes over us, we feel shoulders drop, breathing slow, and bodies relax, opening to what is here for us, what Spirit seeks to reveal to us, and we let it be, knowing, trusting that it is truth, seeking to know itself as us, through love, through joy, through peace, and grace. Affirming with all of you, and so it is.
We let the grace wash over us. We let it be. And all the love washes. We let
morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Michael Grundy, and I have the privilege of being your platform assistant this morning. So, let's begin by stating our purpose. We are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives, and so it is. You know, we say that every Sunday. And sometimes when you say it every Sunday, it can get to be kind of like rote, like you're just saying it and saying it. So let's say it again. No, better yet, I'll say it for you, okay? We are radically inclusive. Look around. Look around. That's what radically inclusive looks like. Nobody looks like you, okay? We are spiritually progressive, right? You might hear about anything from Calvin Hobbes to Ralph Emerson up in here, right? We are transforming lives, okay? Look around. Now, from the time that you see me up here, from everybody else you will see today, you will see transformed lives, okay? I can guarantee you that because I looked at the agenda, okay? And I know everybody who's coming after me, every life that comes after me will be one that has been transformed, okay? So we don't want to just say it to be saying it, okay? We are spiritually progressive, okay? We are, oh, one more time, okay? Cheryl said one more time. We are spiritually progressive, and we're transforming lives. And so it is. There you go. Yeah. Now you got it.
Hence why Michael has been on our platform for so very long. We love you, Michael Grundy.
Oh, yes. Just showing off for the new minister, that's all. Just showing off for the new minister. Trying to keep my spot, that's all. We got so many millennials taking over now. We need some gray hairs. Hey, if you want to experience a safe space for genuine conversation, spiritual growth, shared insights, and community connection with women or people who identify as being women. Remember, I said we are radically inclusive, okay? Our annual women's retreat is going to be Saturday, November 8th, and it offers a unique opportunity for women to come together and reconnect with their innermost selves. Amidst the beauty of a tranquil oasis located in the heart of the city, participants engage in a meaningful experience that goes beyond fun, friendship, and spiritual practices. This all-day retreat is held at the Spring Hill Retreat Center and facilitated by spiritual coaches Sherry Wood and Christine Volkmer. Early bird pricing is available now, so head over to our website and our events page and put November 8th on your calendar, okay? Are you ready to uncover beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors around relationships, money, and health? Well, Dr. Petra teaches you how to change your thinking and change your life. In this 5-week course that's cleverly named after one of Science of Mind's most profound practices, changing your thinking and change your life, we'll be using powerful Science of Mind practices and stories that you tell yourself, discover how you can uncover limiting beliefs, improve in any area of your life, and expand the ways that you are thriving. In this foundational course, you will gain a greater understanding of the basic metaphysical principles that govern the conditions of your life and learn how to apply them to enhance all aspects of your life. Join Dr. Petra in her last class beginning Monday, October 20th. It's in person and online. You can register by going to CSLDallas.org/education. Now, we've got some thank yous that we want to say. Before we begin today, we want to take time to say thank you to all those who participated in Joy Village's fundraiser last Sunday. Whether you purchased a meal or just donated, we truly appreciate your support. So, thank you to Jessica Tavin, oh man, Heather, Amelia, Brenda, Connor, Carter, Brenda Stein, also Brenda Setup. Y'all can read this, right? Solomon, Brandon, J.L., and the youth of Joy Village. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So, now, let's settle down and settle into this morning with our music team of Aaron and Lauren and Candy and Aaron and Willeen and Stephanie and Cleo and Willeen's down there. Anyway, along with our fabulous CSL band, Brad and Jonathan and Matt. Hey guys, and we've already been centered by our spiritual coach, Jan Young. I surely hope you guys enjoy the service today as much as I'm already enjoying it. Have a good day.
We're not gonna settle down here. Go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
and Brad and Jonathan and Matt. Oh my God, you guys are amazing, 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 amazing. All right, so I didn't get to introduce our fabulous people who are running the AIS campaign. I understand we're not calling them co-chairs, but I don't know what we're calling them yet. So we just love you. So come on up here for our Adventures in Spirit program.
You think you only get named once, right, in your life, but someone renamed us today. I'll give you credit later, sir. But he called us PQs. I'm gonna let you soak on that. I'll tell you at the end. But we want to say thank you, CSL, for having us. My name is Ann. Oh, no, I'm not. See? My name has changed. My name is J.L. Summers.
I'm Ann Fisher.
Yes, she's Ann Fisher. And today we're going to start off with a beautiful testimony from one of our extraordinary members, Glenda Wyatt Franklin.
Hi, Hi, my name is Glenda Wyatt Franklin, and I have been a member of CSL Dallas for 3 years. I happened to discover CSL Dallas while walking on a treadmill in the gym working out. And there was a Science of Mind class that was taking place on that YouTube video. And it happened to be Dr. Tracy Brown that was teaching, and she said, here at CSL Dallas, and I was absolutely amazed because at the time I was living in Tyler, Texas, and I knew that Dallas was only 2 hours away. And so I told my spouse, and we decided to come and pay a visit to CSL Dallas the very next Sunday. And we have not left. And actually we moved to Dallas as a result because we spent so much time coming back and forth from Tyler to Dallas just to engage in person with CSL Dallas. So this community means so much to us. It means so much to me. It has taught me about change and how valuable it is because CSL Dallas is always changing. It's always evolving. It's always growing. And it's always looking to envision the next level of life for CSL Dallas. And so I have learned to incorporate that into my own life, to envision the next level of life. And that is why I give to CSL Dallas. I give my time, I give my attention, I give my voice, and I give my money because it's important to me that CSL Dallas remains present, remains available for anyone out there that needs to discover the beauty and the magnificence of this spiritual community. Thank you.
What a wonderful, beautiful message. Thank you, Glenda.
One second. I want to tell them what PQ is. So, our friend back over here, Gerald, came to me this morning as he filled out his pledge card in thank you guys. Barong Lounge, I don't know my name or what that called. Barong Lounge, and he said, this is PQ over here. And I said, oh, I'm PQ? He said, yeah, Prosperity Queen. I said, I claim it. I claim it, I affirm it. We are your prosperity queens, not your co-chairs. And we're gonna make you all prosperity queens and queens out here as we go through this program.
All right, so as a reminder about the Pledge Program, so this is a promise between us and you. You promise the amount that you'll give for 2026, and we promise that we will work within that budget. So every November and December, the Core Council comes together and we review the budget that's been put together for based on that pledge. And we review it, and the funds go to those wonderful events and classes and experiential experiences that we all know and love.
Yes. So how to pledge? Let's think about that. So Barong Lounge, there's a table set up. We're gonna have beautiful Ronnie, Issa, and Sandy at the table today in Barong Lounge, and these cards are gonna be filled out. So just so you know, when I first did this, I was a single mom, and so when it says I'll pay blank per month, I want you to know I had to start off with what I give Starbucks. I said, you know, I give Starbucks about $10 to $15 a day, unfortunately. You know, and I was like, well, I'll skip Starbucks about 2 days so that I can give CSL contribution what I give Starbucks a week, right? So start off wherever you can. It could be $10 on here a month. It's gonna go towards that budget that we plan for, and it's gonna go towards our community that I love so much. And Starbucks gives me nothing back, okay, except pounds. Except pounds. And so CSL Dallas does so much more and has transformed my life. And so give the same way you give to any other thing that gives back to you. Also, just a side note is if you say, hey, I'm gonna check the box that says, I'd like help from CSL Dallas staff to set up my pledging and fellowship, one of us will give you a call and show you how to set it up. So you guys online, if you need to help setting it up, or if you say, hey, I want to pledge, I just don't know how to quite do it. Also, if you do bank drafts, it'll save CSL credit card fees. And that's what I do, and I don't have to think about it. It already comes out every pay period. And so I encourage you to do that as well. I would like to introduce our first priority, which is welcoming our new spiritual leader, Miss Marquita, Reverend Marquita Pierre. We're preparing a heartfelt transition to our new minister. Through classes, gatherings, shared experience, we're already falling in love with you. And we are going to together affirm that she's going to move us forward at CSL Dallas 3.0 into our next vision.
And I just wanted to share, I had the honor and responsibility and privilege of being on the selection committee for our new minister. And the first time I met Reverend Marquita was at the interview. And the selection committee had put together a very long list of questions, long list. And I was extremely so impressed by her thoughtfulness and thoroughness in answering each and every one of those questions, engaging us and asking questions about CSL Dallas. And it was just a lovely 3.5-hour interview. It was just, I was so, 8 people? Yes, 8 people around the room with Reverend Marquita at the front of the table, just beautifully answering all our questions, and it was wonderful. So I was so impressed, and I'm so excited to have her lead us into CSL Dallas 3.0. And just a reminder, next Sunday is our community gathering. It will be here in person and also on Zoom. So please join us online if you can't make it here. So we will be talking about our past, our present, and our future with Reverend Marquita.
And don't forget, this is how you see where your contribution is going. So come join, see where that money is supposed to be dedicated to, what our priorities are, what our vision is for the next year. And don't forget, stop at the table, even if it's just to ask a question. Stop at the table and make your pledge so that we can count you towards the number that we are affirming we already have. So.
And speaking of that, we would like to say our goal, and of course we say the dollar amount and say and more. So please say it with us. Our goal is
$840,000 and more.
And the number of pledgers is
205 pledgers and more. Let's kick this out the park, guys.
Never mistake, but it's worth the making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. And when you're close to selling out, reconsider. Promise me you'll give heaven more than a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small standing by the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. 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 I hope you dance.
Cleo Williams, everybody. Cleo and our fabulous band. Thank you so much, Cleo and the music team and our prosperity queens. I love that. So our theme for our Adventures in Spirit, CSL Dallas 3.0, courageous, confident, and prosperous. Because remember that our theme for the year is right here, right now, create. That's what we're up to. And we can look out in the world and when our knees can tremble and we can be angry or fearful or frustrated or all of the feels, but we choose how we move forward. And this is how CSL Dallas is choosing to move forward. So you heard Reverend Marquita talk about courage. I'm going to talk about confidence. And of course, one of our other prosperity queens, Reverend Karen, is going to talk about prosperous. Right? So confidence, walking confidently comes from trust. Walking confidently, whether we are confidently being successful in our business, whether we are confident with our prosperity, whether we're simply confident enough to dance as if no one was watching, right? All of that is, that confidence comes from trust. Otherwise, it's a bit of a facade. And it's okay. We can do the act as if, right? Fake it till you make it. It's not a bad thing. Because as we pretend to be confident, we discover that there is, in fact, something to lean on, that there is, in fact, something that we are trusting. And as we practice dancing like nobody's watching, we do, in fact, begin to grow our sense of what's really going on. And what's really going on is that there are spiritual principles and a loving presence that we can, in fact, trust. Unfortunately, that's challenging because we can neither see the principle nor can we necessarily always name the presence. And sometimes we can feel separate, right? And distant. And our fear and our faults and our foibles can stand in the way. So as an aside, you know, we're spending the weekend with our granddaughter. She's 5. And the last time she was with us, she kept talking about demons, K-pop demons. I'm like, okay, so, you know, and so it was a little challenging, and we were fighting demons, and she had her demon fighting sword, and well, I don't know what all, and I was like, okay, so when she wasn't with us that long last time, so she went home, and I thought, okay, I have to understand what it is that's going on. So I watched K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Let me tell you, I highly recommend it. Really, I highly recommend it. Because what we get to experience through that movie is a confidence that comes from trusting all of who we are. All of who we are. Our humanness, our faults, and our light. Confidence doesn't come from pretending that nothing is happening when it's happening. It's trusting ourselves and the power of the light to move through it. I was completely impressed with how the story unfolded and what it was really about. So again, if you like anime, kind of Asian anime, I highly recommend it. So for me, prosperity has been a walk of trust. It has been a walk of this growing confidence that I do live in a spiritual universe, that there is a presence and a power that I can rely on. And, we're not going to get quite there. So I'm going to just take you through, because I thought about this as I was preparing, as I was thinking about this talk, I thought about all the ways in which I had surprising, actually, to a certain extent, surprising prosperity, because I simply confidently continued to trust in what I was learning about these spiritual principles and how I was trying to practice them. So at 16, when I was a kid, I wanted to trip around the world. I read a book about some girl who got a trip around the world at her 16th birthday. And then I read a lot of books about women who went to a cabin or built a cabin. I was very inspired by Virginia Woolf in a room of her own, and women who were going out and having experiences in cabins. And so in my teenage years, I decided that these were things that were important to me. So at my 16th birthday, I was given a trip around the world. I put myself through school 2 times by myself on my own dime. I started a successful community with 4 people and $2,500 in my own pocket in Renton, Washington, and grew that to 125 people and a powerful community. And I lived in my cabin in the woods for 3 years by myself until my son was born. That cabin sold for 3 times what I bought it for. I bought a little business in Clay Ellen, Washington while I was living out there, and when I left, I sold it for 3 times what I had bought it for. I'd only owned it a year and a half. I heard a minister say one time at a convention, you know, somebody just donated $1 million to our community, and I was like, wow, if somebody can donate $1 million to their community, somebody can donate $1 million to CSLDallas. Not like, oh, well, if you can do it, I can do it too, but like really inspired by that. So 2 years later, somebody donated $1 million to CSLDallas. Then I never got to do the backpacking through Europe that I thought I was going to do because I ran away from home when I was 15, and I have been on my own and taken care of myself since then. My first apartment I had a mattress on the floor in the bedroom, and a little clock radio. I had a pillow and a little lamp in the living room, and I had a metal table and 2 chairs that I'd bought at Goodwill in the kitchen. That was my first apartment. And so I missed my backpacking through Europe, which I had really wanted to do. So my first sabbatical, I went for 3 months to Europe by myself. Yeah, as an adult. Can't remember, it was shortly after my 50th birthday, somewhere in there. And somebody donated the money. for me to be able to spend 3 months in Europe. And when they said, I'm going to help you out, and I asked for a certain amount of money, they were like, really? 3 months in Europe? You think that's going to last? Oh, no. They gave me 3 times that much what I asked for. Okay, right? So, and so I, over time, began traveling the world again. We bought a cabin in New Hampshire. We now have bought property in Costa Rica. And I'm going to retire, and my goal is not to work for a year and not have it impact our prosperity. Yeah, right? Okay. So that's a lot of amazing prosperity, really extraordinary prosperity. But while all that was going on, I raised a son on a salary that started out at $48,000 and topped out at $72,000. I raised a son, and you know how expensive it is to raise your children. When I got to CSLDallas, I got it out of debt twice, once for $50,000 and the second time for $30,000. I started paying into my pension when I was 24 years old. And in 2013, and somewhere along the line in 2000 or so, we did a figuring out that I could retire at 57 and that my pension would absolutely support me for the rest of my life. And I've been paying religiously into it, and in the communities that I was serving, paid into it since I was 24. So that was in 1984. And in 2012 or 2013, the pension went belly up. And it disappeared. And after paying in for that long, I think I received, I don't know, what they figured out was some portion of what I had paid into it, because there were other people that were living on that money. And they needed to get whatever was in the pension. They needed to get it because they were actually living on that money. They figured somebody like me, I was still young, I could start over again. I spent a number of years crying over that, feeling like I'd let myself down. Like, hadn't I paid attention to what was going on? And I kept having to tell myself over and over and over again, no, no, no. You did what you said you were going to do. You paid faithfully into that. And I had to keep reminding myself that I do know how to manage money. I'm not somebody who can't do numbers, and I'm not afraid of it. Over and over and over again, when that pension disappeared, I had to tell myself that. I supported my son, and Karen and I have supported my son over numerous car wrecks and apartments every time his life blew up over the last, 10 years. That seems to be fading, thank God. That part, he's off the paycheck, he's off the dole now. I'm so grateful. But do you see that in the, it's always this way for me. I can always tell you the fairy tale story, and then I can tell you the not so fairy tale story, right? That was the story of my childhood, the story of my teenage years, and so even here. But do you see, this is the human condition. It's life. It's lifing. Nobody was doing it to me. I wasn't a victim of any of these things. And each time something happened, I was over and over and over, I was at a moment of choice. Have my feelings? Of course. You've got to have your feelings. This is not about not having your feelings. It's deciding at that point, once we've had the feelings, where are we going to come from? Where are we going to stand? What are we going to choose? Are we going to continue to have confidence and trust in the principles and practices that we've been learning and practicing, and looking at, it kind of sucks right now, but look, it happened, it worked there and there and there, and it kind of sucked back then, but then it got better. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not only where we come from, but it is then what we pay attention to. I started tithing when I was 24, and I've never stopped. Through all of that, ups and downs and ins and outs, I've never stopped tithing because I have the confidence that the universe supports me enough that I can live the kind of life I want, not just survive, live the kind of life I want on 90% of whatever comes into me. Because I trust the principles, trust the way it works. Never forgetting that this doesn't mean there aren't moments of fear or doubt or uncertainty. The question is what we do with them. So, the laws underlying prosperity, what are we trusting? What are we trusting that will give us this confidence? So, the first one is, this is Ernest Holmes, and we must not try to escape it. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Spirit. We are then to trust only the activity of spirit for what we need. Our life then is to be governed by spirit. We need look no further. It will do for us all that we will ever ask, providing we believe. I would say, providing we trust. This underlying trust only in the activity of spirit for what we need. Now I, like many of you, I am really good at immediately going, well, I better figure out how this is going to happen. I better figure out what we're going to do. I better figure it out. And immediately I am not in a place of trust. And when I fall into that place, I don't know about you, but when I fall into that place, that is when I start activating fear. Because I don't know how it's going to work out. And it feels big or scary or uncertain. And the more that I say I'm going to figure it out, the more fear I engender, and the more I stand outside of my trust. Trust only in the activity of spirit for what we need. The second, then, why then has it not done so? Why has it not always come to be? The answer is that it has already done so, but we have not received it. The Spirit may offer, but we must accept the gift before it can be made. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. We must understand that this receiving is a mental process. It is one of taking. We don't really like that word in Science of Mind. We want to allow. We want to allow it to happen. We think spirit is a better idea than we might. And of course, the only idea spirit has about us is whatever's in our subconscious. This acceptance, this real acceptance, is actually a grabbing hold of and taking, not from anybody else, but taking from the universal power and presence that there is, in fact, always enough. It's a demand on the universe. It is going up to the banquet of life and actually filling the plate with what you want, as opposed to going up to the banquet of life and saying, okay, Spirit, fill it up for me. Well, there's a boatload of things on that banquet that I don't like and I don't want it. But if I just wait for Spirit, Spirit's like, could you just make a decision? And please don't ask the waiter. The waiter might not like what you like. Decide. Deciding and choosing is the taking. I remember the first time I read this. Oh my God. We must understand that this receiving is a mental process. It is one of a mental taking. This mental taking, it's an act of standing in our queendom and kingdom. Do you see? It's not even, oh, I love myself enough. It's not about I deserve, because I deserve means something is going to give it to me. You see, the promise is the kingdom of heaven is already within. Why do we use the words kingdom and queendom? Because the king or the queen is the authority and speaks the word. And the word manifests itself. Do you see? So that taking is the taking up of our authority. which is the underlying place of confidence, where confidence comes from. We know who and what we are. Spirit human, flawed and perfect. Watch Demon Hunters. Light and dark. All of it. Taking our place in our own lives. Do you see? That's where the receiving is. Because the universe is knocking. It's here, it's here, it's here. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? We have to actually open the door and take it over and over and over again, right? So we have to build our mental equivalent. We have to burst through the limitations of that mental equivalent. We have to open it up. I remember the first time I realized that my prosperity was bouncing on the ceiling of my mother's judgment. Because the first time I said to her, I have a housekeeper, she went, oh. You have a housekeeper? You don't clean your own house? I mean, dripping with judgment. Of course, I was grown up German. I know how to, clean a bathroom with a toothbrush. Really, I do. I do know how to do that. But I was a full-time mom and a full-time minister, and I worked a lot of hours, and then I had my child, and so I had my house cleaned. And I realized that it was the listening to that limitation, to that judgment, like, was that really okay? Was I really being spiritual enough? Should a minister have let somebody clean their house? No. Stop it. Limitation is an experience of humanity. It is not the fault of God. It is the fault of our perception. Ernest Holmes. I was limiting myself by somebody else's judgment, somebody else's idea, and I was not taking up the full space and the full place. Do you see? How many of us are shrinking back from it? We don't have the confidence to say, I have a housekeeper. Whatever it is. I bought property in Costa Rica. I'm going to go on a trip, whatever. I'm going to get rid of this shitty job, and I'm going to get a good one. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to have right? Do you see the confidence? Because we trust it. I've loved this book since the first time I read it in the 70s. Argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they are yours. That was like the ultimate 2x4. Boom. Ernest Holmes. Limitation is experience of humanity. It is not the fault of God. There is no limitation in spirit. There is no limitation in spirit. It is in our perception. It's in our perception. Can we have all the good and want the same good for others? Or do we think if we have all the good, somehow we're taking it from someone? Or we don't deserve it, or it means we're not spiritual enough, or whatever the limitation is. And then we argue for our limitations. I've had people years ago, I remember I had a woman years ago in a coaching session. She came to me in a coaching session, and she was unhappy with things in her life. And I said, so what do you want to work on? And let's do some specific spiritual mind treatment. And she said, oh no. My life is good enough. I was like, to myself, then why are you here? The ambivalence. Do you see? So, challenge, of course, is how do we do this? Well, you know the answer. What's the answer? Practice. Practice. And you will never be perfect at it, but you will be better at it. Rewriting the synaptic patterns, rewriting the patterns of a lifetime, rewriting the ways in which you take things up, how you get out of things, right? Practice. That's why we're in spiritual community together. So when the pension leaves, you have somebody you can cry on their shoulder and you can say, please do treatment. When something doesn't go well, you have a place to go and get fluffed up and reminded, what is the truth? What can we trust? What are we confident in? Somebody can do that for us while we can't do that for ourselves. And then we can do it for another. Or we can celebrate. Yes, you got that job. Yes, that business is growing. What that thing which you said, you are no longer going to be limited by, it's gone. Let's celebrate it together. Do you see? That's why we're in spiritual community together. Whether we're online or in person, we're always in spiritual community so we can have that with each other. So, how to do this? How to do this? This comes, again, straight out of Ernest Holmes. You know, I always try to rewrite it, and then I think, why bother? Just read what he wrote. It's really, although he can be very obtuse at times, sometimes he's also really clear. The first one is, when we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. Boom. So learn to trust the universe. And how do you learn? Well, you take classes, you learn about it. What is it about the universe you can trust? Its abundance, the way the universal principles work, how we co-create with them, and then you practice. That's also the other part of learning. That's the experiential part of learning, right? Is we do that. We learn to trust the universe, and the promise is our lives will work better. We will be happy, prosperous, and well. We must learn to come under the divine government. Oh, man, I hated this part. No, I wanted to be able to have all of my fear, and I wanted to be able to grouse with all of my friends and then do one affirmation and have it work. What this means is we actually have to be obedient to the way the universal laws and principles operate. Right? You have to understand that if you do not put gas in your car or plug in the electrical socket, it will not go. The car is not being malicious. You are not, nobody's victimizing you that you can't go to the concert or go out to dinner. We're just being obedient to the mechanism of the car, do you see, of the laws of the way this vehicle operates. And so we do not have the luxury of not being conscious. I think this is the most annoying thing about the science of mind that there is. Because, we want to be able to let down. I just want to let down and vent, and I don't want to have to be the disciplining my consciousness. I just don't want to do it. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Those are the times you have to watch it. Those are the times when we reach for the old ways, old behaviors, addictions, all of those things, old ways of complaining or making it somebody else's fault or falling into victim. And to be under the divine government means we have to so recreate the processes of our own brain that we literally are standing in a different place. That we have a new come-from place. And it is the place we come from. And at some point, that discipline is no longer required because we have embodied it. And then it's actually more painful to be unconscious than it is to be conscious. That's what we're going for, right? Practice, practice, practice. Learn the laws and principles, and resistance is futile. Don't resist them. This is how it works. And then finally, accept the fact that nature's table is always filled. Look in nature, find the abundance, recognize that it is always there. That you can't give so much love that there isn't love left to give. Have you ever experienced that? So full of love, and then the next day there's somebody else to love, or another thing to love, or people, or right? You don't actually, there's no shortage ever of love. And these are the things to think about and to look at. Look at nature, how it's constantly recreating itself. There's no shortage of life in nature, even though we see that death is a part of the cycle. To see that nature is, that nature's table is ever filled. These are the things, and this is why we practice it together. This is why we have endless classes. If you've been here for a while and you've taken every class, take them again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you're a different person. It truthfully doesn't even matter what the name of the class is. Just take a class that works in your schedule, because you'll reinvigorate all these things. Remind yourself, remember, oh yes, here's that place where I could take that stand a little more. Here's that place where I could accept and see that the universe is in fact always present, that nature's table is always filled. So we live in obedience with the spiritual principles and creative processes. Apply it diligently and with discipline. These are my two favorite words, obedience and discipline. But let me tell you, I have come to love them, although there are claw marks on the hallways of accepting those words. There are definitely claw marks all the way down. It's okay. Remember that we feel the feelings. We find trusted people to tell those feelings true to. My rule is the third time is enough. The fourth time, it's a story. I usually have to, tell it 3 times, partly to let go of the energy, right? And that's okay. I've trusted people who aren't going to fall in the hole with me. And then it's done. Anything after that is a story. Feel the feelings, then know the truth. The last thing I want to leave you with is, somehow it came to me many, many years ago, and I still sort of believe it. Try to look at this out of the corner of your eye. Don't take it too seriously. But prosperity and abundance, it's all smoke and mirrors. We think, well, it's money. It's prosperity. Well, this is the real world. There's real money. You can count it, not count it. I don't know how I did all of those things. I don't know how CSLDallas has come through some of its things. I still today can't go back and tell you how it worked. And I try not to worry about that or even try to figure it out. This is the miracle of using the higher principles, of standing in that higher place, of standing in that higher consciousness, of using the universal principles. In some sense, it is in fact all smoke and mirrors. And I try not to pin it down too hard, because when I'm doing that, I'm forcing it into condition. Do you see? I'm forcing it into something I can figure out, I can get a hold of. That's not my job. My job is the end result. Allowing the universe and the principles and the laws to bring that about. And so I asked for this song to be sung. I hope you'll dance. We take prosperity and abundance way too seriously. We put all of our value and our security and we think it means something, like it's real, like it's really real. That's the real world. I've had people say that. Oh yeah, spiritual stuff. Oh, it's great, but that's the real world. So that was my shorthand for not getting caught in conditions. It's just smoke and mirrors. Let the universe take care of it, right? Of course it's real, because it's the human experience. But we're operating from a different place, and it is that trust that gives us confidence to move through, to speak our truth, to claim our good, and to allow it to be a contribution to others. So I wanted to close with, let me just read this quote here from Ernest Holmes. Spirit is substance, and substance is supply. That is the supply, not your paycheck, not your Social Security check, not your investments, not any of those things. Substance is your supply. That means spirit is your supply. This is the keynote to a realization of the more abundant life, to the demonstration of success in financial matters. It is right that we should be successful, for otherwise spirit is not expressed. Not successful over, not better than, but successful right here in whatever that means to us. That success is an outpicturing of spirit as us and our confidence and trust in the universal principles. So I wanted to give you, spend some time on what my definition of success was, because I didn't like any of the other ones that I found. And there's a beautiful one by Ralph Waldo Emerson that you all know, but this is my definition of success. Success is any moment in which all that is needed is perfectly balanced with all that is given, and which contributes to something shared by all who accept it. So it is.
So guys, I hope you were paying attention, because this was one of those do you see messages. Got it? When teacher says, do you see, that means she's teaching, so you got to get those, okay? But now is the time for our offering. Please give generously to the work of CSL Dallas and be a force for good in the world and in your own life. So let's say our affirmation together. Today, I joyfully expect and accept complete prosperity as mine. My good flows to me from all sources. I know the truth that our good is forever, flowing and manifesting in our center, our community, and our world. And so it is. Hey, remember there are many ways that you can give. If you're online, you can send a check, or you can put money and cash in the basket that's being passed around now. Anything that works for you. Welcome to everyone who is visiting us today for the first time, whether you're online or here on campus. If you haven't received your free gift yet, please chat with one of our greeters, and they will be happy to give you one. Inside the bag, you will find a Connect card. We'd love to stay in touch with you, so fill that out and be connected so you can learn about all the events and activities that are happening here at CSL Dallas. Soul Science is back on Friday, November 7th, starting at 7 p.m. This event features light yoga and bowl sounds, and guided meditation, and a mind map exercise to process and explore your soul self needs. The guided meditation portion will be live streamed and offer engagement through Zoom, hosted by our online engagement team. This allows our online community and people around the world to experience this magical evening. Our very own AV team is offering its largest event yet by taking the stunning visuals and the tones that we have here in the sanctuary. Tickets are on sale now for $49 per person, and a special dual pass for $78 for 2 people. Visit CSL Dallas's website to get registered and immerse yourself into this presence of your soul. Now, are you curious about the symbol that you see around CSL Dallas? That symbol up there. Well, find out more in Unlocking the Power of the Universe, Power in the Universe workshop. In this dynamic and engaging workshop, we will demystify the symbol. And it's not going to be just a diagram, but it's a living map of creation itself. You'll explore the deeper meaning behind the symbol and how it reveals universal spiritual principles. The creative process in action, showing you exactly how thoughts become things. Intentionally thinking and real-time application, so you can stop reacting and start creating. This isn't just information, this is transformation. So if you've ever wondered what's going on with the symbol, this is the time to come to the class. Hey, after the celebration today, make sure that you stop by the Artist Wall to view the latest pieces by Valerie Guillaume. This is a perfect gift, or if you just need something to add to your personal collection. And with that being said, if you just don't have anything to do this afternoon, and you just find yourself lost and you need to hang out somewhere, I would recommend that between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock this afternoon, you find your way to the Northwest Highway half-price bookstore, where Willene will be having a book signing. And while you're there, you can get your happy back, right? So if you haven't got your happy back, or if you haven't got that book, go check out Willene. She's just one of the many stars that are around the University of CSL Dallas. So with that, hey, it's always good to be in community with you guys. So join us and stand, and we're going to sing our way out of here.
And last thing I want to say is thank you for all of you who are moving towards the front and not sitting away. It's really lovely not to have a big hole up here and have everybody spread out, so we really love that. Thank you.